Hi there. Okay, so what is it? It is November something. I can't keep track of the days. November 8th. And so I'm doing another show because I'm just bubbling over. I just can't stand it anymore. Okay, so Dems have folded, or have they? I'm thinking that maybe they haven't, and that this is all just we're accepting the election results because we think they're fair and square. Uh, it's important to remember that states have until December 11th to certify their votes. And a lot of these states haven't counted all the votes. And once the votes are all counted, which could be a couple of days or probably a couple of weeks, maybe in a couple of races, then they can be objected to on a state level. Okay, so I think what I would do if I was in charge of the Dems right now is I would pull a reverse stunt of what they tried to do in 2020, which is object. And they changed the rules. It used to be only one congressperson could object as long as they had a Senate partner back in 2020 under the Bush thing, because I watched that very closely. Now it takes 20, but that's okay. 20 Congress representatives are going to join up too. This is what I would do: join up to object to the certifying of the votes on January 6th. And they can state the lies by Musk, 87 lies viewed uh, 2 billion times as supporting evidence. This is not a fair election. Was it free? Okay, maybe not, because there were 10. Let me clarify something I said in the last video. 10 million ballots in 2020 were invalidated. They were spoiled absentee ballots for whatever reasons, signatures not matching, whatever reasons. Now, in 2024, the GOP got people in different states to different counties to sign up and be vigilante election watchers, and they could object to anyone. They could, and they were doing this in Georgia. One guy objected to 40,000 ballots, so they just toss those ballots. They invalidate that registration unless, and they send out a postcard to the registrant at that address. And if they don't answer, they're off the voter rolls. Or if they vote, if they go ahead and vote and give them a ballot, that ballot is invalidated later on. So I am not accepting this election until we see all the numbers, because there's like 20 million missing people. And if they invalidated 10 million people the last election, when there weren't such good efforts to do so by the GOP, how many were invalidated this election? Nobody's even asking the question. No one's even talking about this. I finally saw one blurb because on January 6th, when these 20 Congress people, and I guess they'll have to have 20 senators, I'm not clear on that, if they have to partner up each or just one senator is good enough, they can invoke the 14th Amendment, Section 3, which is insurrectionists, adjudicated insurrectionists cannot hold public office. Trump is a adjudicated insurrectionist. Now, the Supreme Court, they didn't say that was okay. They said they sent it back down to the lower court to figure out if his insurrection was an official act or not. And that has not happened yet. We have not made that determination. Call me crazy, and maybe I am. Or I'm just, this is what I would do if I was in the situation, because Mr. Trump is going to take this country down the toilet, and he is going to give Musk and all of those tech bros everything they want. They're already just propagandist channels. Musk, 87 lies about the election, repeated or viewed 2 billion, 2 billion times. That is not a fair election. That is not a fair and free election. And this all stems from Citizens United. The Supreme Court said that corporations have a right to give money away as humans. They have the right, freedom of speech, and no one can restrict this. No, we've got to get the money out of politics. We've got to. That's the only solution. publicly funded, get these, it's just a big cash cow for mainstream media that then goes on to mislead us. And Trump had a great strategy. He ran a good campaign, if you ask me. He appealed to his red meat base because he wanted to get them to be violent on his behalf. Like riots at election offices is what it happens, and gets vote counts stopped. That's how it happens. Uh, so they didn't need to do that because I would guess, I'm just estimating, I guess 20 million ballots got thrown out in this election. And Mr. Greg Palast, and my one subscriber will laugh at me, who does, Mr. Greg Palast does great work in this field. And within the next few weeks, I guess it'll take him a while to compile these results of how many ballots were spoiled. It's just the most underreported election story. You won't hear anything about it anywhere except here on Radio Free West. Okay, so let me start acting like a professional DJ. Oh, I'm not even using my microphone today. Rats. Okay. Well, this is too long anyway. 6:13. I'll do one tomorrow. Bye.